I feel like we're all going through a really deep karmic cleaning right now, or clearing. So you might be having a lot of vivid memories from past events in your life that have just been stored like in your energy field. And those might be coming up for you to see and kind of let go of, especially past events that were really painful or shocking, or these past events that brought up a lot of shame within you and you've really just tried to bury them away within yourself, and you just like, I don't even want to look at that. Maybe things have been coming up that you've totally forgot about that even happened from when you were really young. And so because these energies are really flushing things to the surface and really clearing us out in a very deep way, you could be having stuff from the subconscious coming up. And this process gets amplified if you're doing a practice like semen retention, or just retaining your sexual energy, something like that, or if you're doing a lot of yoga, meditation, spiritual retreats, etc. So this could be painful. It could be bringing up a lot of pain that was associated with those events, right? That's probably why we buried them in our energy field somewhere, is we didn't want to feel the pain or the shame or the darkness surrounding those events, or that was within those events, etc. So these energies are really clearing out your channels. It's like the divine's really trying to empty us all out. And like I said, it can be a bit shocking and surprising to meet the things we're meeting, because maybe we had forgot all about them, but they come up and they feel so real again. This could also be happening in your guys' dream states too. So if you're having really intense dreams that feel unbelievably real, maybe even more real than reality, or something, like one of those dreams, don't be too shocked by it. Just know that this is part of the karmic clearing that's happening right now. This is ultimately a really good thing. You want to be liberated from these denser, darker energies that you've been carrying around unknowingly. We're all going through it too. We're all kind of going through a deeper cleanse and purification than we kind of knew possible. So this is a really beautiful thing. You're gonna encounter psychic blocks the further you travel. And these blocks can feel really calcified. They can feel really set in. This is part of the process. And it's like these psychic blocks are kind of what bind us to the old paradigm, to the old ideas of who we thought we were. And so just be prepared for that. As you travel further, you're going to meet some really deeply set in psychic blocks, and they're going to be really kind of challenging to see through. Like I said in a past video, you might even fight for the old psychic blocks because they're familiar, and they keep you in this reality that feels safe, right? And that feels secure. And so to actually go along with this process of releasing these psychic blocks can be really scary. Sometimes expansion is scary, and we're gonna fight for staying smaller. We're gonna fight for the old reality. So one of the ways to move through these psychic blocks is to just not put so much value on your thoughts anymore. To not put so much attention and focus in the thinking realm. That's what keeps the old in place, intact, is just sitting around looking at your thoughts all day. But if you want to expand beyond the realm you're in now, it's so important to place your attention and your awareness somewhere else. You could place it on awareness itself. You could place it on God. You can place it in your heart center. There's just anywhere but your thoughts, essentially. Place it on sensation, Okay. The next thing is, I'm just going to go through these now. Letting go of lust closes a lot of psychic astral realms. And you make yourself more available to higher realms. Like, I used to love lust. It used to be like this dopamine hit for me. I used to find so much pleasure in it. For so long, I didn't even know it was possible to let go of lust and lustful thoughts. Nor would I have wanted to let go of lust or lustful thoughts. because I felt like there was so much goodness in that place for me, like the sexual fantasies, etc. But as you continue to grow on the path, as your consciousness continues to refine, you'll come to this place where lust probably won't be as much of a high for you anymore. And you might even feel like lust starts pulling you down. And then you'll start to see more and more that lust can actually, because you've evolved so much, lust has become, and lustful thoughts have become kind of lower vibrational in their reality, in their nature. And so that could be a part of what's going on for a lot of you, is letting go of this aspect of yourself that wants to satiate itself through flesh. There's no judgment here. It's just as your consciousness, like I said, becomes more refined, these parts of you come up to be seen for what they are. And you see like, oh, I can't go really any further if I'm giving my attention and energy to this realm anymore. It's like, if I want to go further, I've got to let go of this part of me. And that can be like a death. It can be sad. It can be scary. Because, oh no, if I let go of this part of me that was attached to lust and all the feelings it brought, it can kind of be like an addiction. And if we let go of that part of us, well, where am I going to get those good feelings from? But it's like we can measure what we're letting go. We can never measure what can actually come in when we let go of the old. And I've noticed that the more you let go of lust, the more you can actually open yourself up to these higher, more refined, heavenly realms of divinity, of grace. And I don't want to make a judgment here, but in my experience, it's like we are letting go of the lower for the higher. We're letting go of like the animal pleasure, sensual, like sense realm, for this more divine realm, to experience this divine realm more fully. This is a kind of a shift and an upgrade in consciousness that a lot of divine beings talk about in depth, a lot of yogis especially. I've been reading a lot about it with Sri Aurobindo. And I've been experiencing it firsthand. It's just like, I don't want to go into lust anymore. There's not like that compulsion. There's not that impulse. It's just something in me is just letting it die. And I've noticed through that death, I'm becoming more accessible and open to these higher states of consciousness. And it's been very beautiful. And I wouldn't say to force this process. Let this come about on its own terms. Let it be natural. Because it will happen. Just keep doing the shadow work. Keep growing. Keep meditating. Keep letting go of what doesn't serve you. And you will come to this crossroads at some point where you'll notice, oh, these lustful thoughts, these sexual fantasies, they don't really do it for me anymore. They're not interesting. That's when you know something's really fallen away, when it's just, you don't even really have to try to let go of it. It's just, you'd almost have to try to keep it going, because it's kind of lost its spark for you. So I wanted to name that. Maybe some of you are doing that. I don't know. Are there forces that work against you during semen retention or when you're working towards higher states of consciousness? Yes, of course, but you're so much more powerful than these forces. It's almost like the dark needs the light needs the dark in some ways. Like, it strengthens you anytime you encounter darkness. It strengthens your presence. It forces you to connect to your light in a more deep way. Anytime I've encountered darkness, it's forced just me to increase my depth. It's forced me to see in my own consciousness what I'm resisting, what darkness within my own self I'm resisting. Because usually darkness can't energetically get to us unless we're resisting some type of energy within our own self. Maybe we're resisting shame. And then once I start resisting that energy within myself, then that kind of external darkness, that energetic gradient, the energetic stream of darkness in the external, it doesn't touch me anymore because I'm not in resistance to it. Anything we're not in resistance to can't really affect us, okay? So if you're feeling like you're getting attacked by external darkness, do that check-in. Well, am I resisting this flavor of darkness within myself? Everything's just a mirror. Everything's walking you home. I don't care what we're calling it. A dark being trying to keep you from higher states of consciousness, fuck, even that's a divine servant at a certain point, okay? At a certain depth of seeing, everything is God. And that's where the darkness takes us, is that everything is God. This is a very intelligent universe. This universe has an intelligence that is incredibly perfect. It's like perfect geometry. Anything that's happening to you is happening for you and your highest growth, period. And to start to see that really helps. So yeah, sometimes darkness comes in just to show you how powerful you are, and to increase your power, and to make you step into your power. Semen retention, spiritual practice, it's all about removing obstacles and limitations in your consciousness. Kind of what I've been talking about. And this is another one. It's not about, okay, so lust and all this stuff. It's about turning your sexual energy into higher forms of energy, which automatically happens the higher up you go, the further you walk the path. It's not about getting rid of something. This is not about suppression. This is not about denial. Absolutely not. Because then this energy will just come back with more force, okay? This is about transmutation. This is about allowing. This is about allowing that energy to flow. But where are you placing your attention with it, right? Where are you placing your intention with it? And a lot of this stuff is automatic. I just want to stress that this stuff happens organically and naturally in its own time. So let yourself be where you are with this. No force, no pressure, no push. That's at least what feels true to me to say. A lot of your devotion to the divine right now is helping you dissolve past karmas, kind of like what I was talking about up top, how there's a deep karmic clearing and cleaning underway. Your devotion to the divine, to this path, really helps that process unfold. It really helps the alchemy of what's going on right now. So continue your devotion to the divine, to your yoga. I wrote supramental yoga, something I'm studying, which I love. Probably talk about it more and more the more I grasp it. You will probably be suffering to some level right now. Change is painful. Change hurts. The caterpillar doesn't want to become a butterfly. That's just the human nature. Like I was talking about, a lot of us, we want to fight for the old psychic blocks. We want to fight for the old reality because that's what we know, and it's the mind's like, I'm safe here. That's why we have to let go of the mind during this process and to come to know ourselves as spirit, as this infinite immortal spirit. And then nothing can scare us anymore. There's nothing to be afraid of once we know ourselves as who we really are. But you will be suffering because change is painful, and that's okay. It's a worthwhile pain. Every moment you're in it, you can feel in your being that this is for the highest good, for you and for all. Right now, there's no escape. You're gonna be forced to know God. So many of you are getting cornered in sensations that you've run your whole life from, in sensations that have run your whole life. So many of you are getting cornered in these places where you just can't help but surrender to God or your higher power or the divine. And like I said, it could be painful, it could be excruciating, but this is what's happening right now. It's like we're all on a pinch point. We're all being forced to take our next step in evolution, which requires surrender to the Most High. So anything that needs to be brought about in your reality to get you to surrender right now, that's what's going to be happening. Fuck guys, that's good. I'm a bit cooked. This is, I think, my 9th YouTube video in a row, or 9th day making a YouTube video or something. I've been making Patreons too, here and there. So I'm going to leave it there. There's a lot more written, but this is as far as we're going today. Sending you so much love. Thank you for your donations. They really help. Booking sessions is super appreciated, and joining the Patreon. Those are all ways to support this work if these daily videos have been helping you and supporting you in any way. All right, so much love. Yeah, the energy exchange feels so good with you guys, and I just want to say, just your presence is super valued. Sharing the videos, commenting, likes, all this stuff really helps support the work too. Okay, I love you guys. Namaste.